that win the U.S. Junior as well.
Lydia Ko went over 73 on Thursday. 23 career LPGA Tour wins, had one earlier this season, the HSBC Singapore. Three-time major champ, has never won the U.S. Women's Open. Best finish was a T3 back in 2016.
And Lydia has even said that she's playing with just a little bit more freedom. That one, finding the rough just from having.
Lydia Ko taking a look at the yardage book, and Amelia is walking with this group. Amelia, what can you tell us about where these tee shots ended up and what they'll be faced with their second shots?
I can tell you that Lydia Ko's ball is buried in this high rough. I would be surprised if she could advance this past 120 yards. Yuka Sasso's lies a little bit better. With the power that Sasso generates, she could probably get it over this bunker that's about 130 yards from her. Lydia, on the other hand, she may just have to punch out and rely on a very long third.
Like the right edge of that, like kind of the rough in the middle of the bunker. So you're going to go left. Yeah, okay. No, that's fine. Yeah. No, it was just when you said 100 and you pull that wedge. Yeah. No, I agree with you.
When you're coming out of this thick of rough, grip the club a little bit tighter, helps you swing harder. That's all she could do there.
Yeah, it's just so easy for the thick rough to grab the club face and really close it, hit it left. It should stay solid through, keep those hands.
Back at the first, pardon me, back at the first fairway, Ko's third.
The fairway before the green pitches pretty severely from right to left. If she can get past 220, this should try and get close to the green.
I wasn't surprised to see that tee shot too leak to the right yesterday. She had kind of almost an out-of-body experience with a poor shot left that ended up in a double bogey for her, and that definitely got a big jump, a big run, but scooted well past through.
Second amateur she was trying to become after Catherine Lacoste. Over to the first. This was just earlier with Lydia Ko, but out of position with her fourth. Oh, that needs to sit down.
That was a brave shot to try to take that on. Now gripped well up on the club. And took another big swing.
And took that one high as well, but she'll have a few feet left for bogey. And Lydia Ko needs this championship to complete.
Has such a good mental attitude, but was predicting smart, aggressive play.
This could be a very impactful putt for Lydia Ko.
I completely agree. The putter was a strength of Ko's yesterday. Just needs to get herself in position in the fairway, and she could have a good round. All starts with this momentum putt, even if it's for bogey.
Ko, back of the cup. Will drop just one shot.
In any major venue, bogeys happen. It happens on difficult golf courses, and just being able to avoid that double bogey really does save a shot. No spin, she could put it on the ball. It was well judged.
Lydia Ko, second tee box.
The farther left you go, the better angle you have into this right hole location.
Good one by Ko.
Here, but yeah, just get back to even par and give her a chance for the weekend to climb up that leaderboard.
Ko's second to the second.
86 yards for Lydia. Dicey hole location on this right side.
It's a 3-putt bogey. Your speed control doesn't feel completely dialed in, and then right there, she runs it 7-8 feet past.
That's why you hear these players over and over again say, I try to take it shot by shot, because it's so easy to let your previous hole be affected by your next shot. This will turn to the right.
Coda put a circle on the card, had eyes all the way, and it lips out.
She hit that with a really good pace. It looked like it was going to hold its line with just the strike she had put on the ball.
Well, now Yuka Sasso's in an interesting situation because she just watched her 2 playing competitors hit it 4 and 8 feet by. That being said, she didn't get a great...
Dr. Winter said that she was so comfortable with this group. She really likes playing with both Yuka and Lydia. Really nice. She's learning a lot from them.
And Lydia carries herself with such class and dignity for how long she's been in the spotlight and what she's meant to the women's professional game. Coda remain at 2 over. Very steady. Is that all day Ben Eli show? And now Lydia Ko birdied it yesterday.
With how elevated this green is, imperative to hit the fairway. This is down the left side, cutting back nicely.
Yeah, absolutely perfect position off the tee.
Another green hit. And that was just a moment ago. Now it's Lydia Ko.
Ko has about 8 paces behind the flag with that slope she can use.
Releases on to the front of the green. Type in and support the game you love. Shop championship merchandise from top brands like Peter Millar, the official outfitter of the U.S. Women's Open, at usgashop.com. Plus, you get to enjoy free shipping today. Amelia, we got Ko for birdie.
Well, this is a great look for Ko, putting back up the hill, going to break slightly to her right after a good 2-putt on the last. I like this look for her.
Didn't quite have the line.
Give it a good pace. Do you think we're going to see her unzip the pants? I don't know if I've seen that style since I had a pair of those in the 8th grade. Mine were olive green. I absolutely loved them.
A little throwback look.
Okay, she gets a little warm, get a little breeze on the legs.
I actually have a pair of those for hiking.
Yeah, see? There you go.
You sure? Yeah.
Ko's T-ball on the 4th.
After the first hole, Ko's been perfect, and that's another great drive down the center.
I think sometimes players can just have a hole that
What's Lydia got in?
170. Needs to carry about that with the uphill to get over that front bunker.
Doesn't look like an ideal stance for Ko.
Not at all. Just got to pop this out onto the fringe.
Well played just to get it to there. Bogey appears to be a bogey here. I'll be +4 the last two, +6 for the week.
Just gets so difficult when you put yourself out of position. Lydia now, this would be a huge par save after missing the green from the fairway, which is unlike her. The putter was a big strength of hers yesterday.
Stayed out to the right the entire way.
When Rianne Maliksi won the women's amateur at Southern Hills, though
Lydia does the same. Bogey, par bogey, Ko 2 over through 4. Has moved.
it just feels like there's not one shot out here at Erin Hills where you can just breathe. Every single shot you have to focus. If you miss it off the tee, even with the wide fairways, you're in big trouble. Left for Ko, needs to sit.
Big first hop.
Lydia just had to hit out into the fairway, put herself back in position. She was in the left fairway bunker. The lip was too high to try and get something onto the green. These are the pitch shots where Lydia Ko really thrives. She's so good with her distance control. This flag is also perched on a little bit of a mound, so she has a slight upslope to deal with where she can kind of pitch it into the green and get it to skip and stop. The reason why Ko is so good with these pitch shots is her rhythm. She's so good at being even, uses her big muscles.
Ko chopping down.
That almost caught a little pitch mark and skipped back to the right.
Really dug the leading edge to the turf. Part of the defining characteristic of Erin Hills, the variety. Hop on up to the green. Par putt for Ko. What do you see in here, Amelia?
I see a little right to left in this one. This is the second par attempt that Lydia's had from missing the green the last two holes. Coming back up the slope, she can give this some pace.
Cans it. The putter keeping Ko afloat.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need a moment, whether it's a putt like that.
Mao Saigo with the 66, Nelly Quarter, the other group with the 67, as we are at the par 3-6, Lydia Ko.
181 yards, got to be careful for not going long.
Hold. Pretty good break.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch George this morning. It just felt like so many of our players on the feature groups were putting on a clinic for us. Minji Lee was pin seeking, making some great putt.
T8
Yes.
that week.
That would have been nice when I actually got a paycheck. My best finish at a Women's U.S. Open. They give it back to the field.
It's funny how that works.
Yes.
Amelia's been a lifelong amateur, so she gets it as well as we're watching Lydia Ko.
Well, Lydia got a great break hitting it in the sprinkler head. Otherwise, her ball would have been right back where Rhiannon Malixi's was down the slope. Now an awesome birdie look. This will be a little right coming off the hill.
And that just had so much pace to it. And it want to get too gentle with it and have the break take it. She doesn't peek to see if it goes in, just stays steady. And that one, she was waiting for it to hit the bottom of the cup, and it didn't.
Touch outside 4 feet.
This group did get a pace of play warning on the last hole. Sometimes it has a tendency to affect these small ones. Rhiannon has already gone and walked to the tee.
Ko knocks it in. One thing Lydia Ko doesn't do at U.S. Women's Opens, and that's miss the cut. Has made the cut 12 out of 13 times. And that could be in jeopardy this week.
She's so very consistent in making the cuts, but you think that she would be in contention.
Media day for the PGA Championship in 2009. We kept hearing stories about Erin Hills when it was first built and opened in 2004. Ah, this new amazing property could host a U.S. Open one day, or U.S. Women's Open. So it's neat to see 21 years later after its opening has already hosted a U.S. Open, and now it's a U.S. Women's Open. Third for Ko.
120 yards for Ko. You really have to trust the yardage you're going with, considering she can't see her landing spot on the green.
Yeah, with that elevation, it just makes the shot blind, and it's all about trusting that number that the golfers have practiced. They're so dialed in with their yardage, knowing exactly how far 120, 123, 147, and how far they need to take it back, or what clubs to use. Those are all just things that
Lydia has yet to make a birdie today. This is a really good look for her. Not a ton of break coming back up the hill. She can give it some acceleration.
Ko gets it to go. Birdie number one.
Yes, and I really have liked the putts that she has hit, have had really good strokes on them, just seem to be just a little bit off on the read, but that was absolutely no problem. Looked good the whole way.
Walking.
Exactly.
Instead of where Lydia is.
Exactly. She's a foot from being really nice in the fairway. That's off a down slant. She caught it pretty cleanly. It needs to carry that bunker.
Fly. And it went.
Yeah, it was tricky. It was thick, rough, and just the way the ball was below her feet on a down.
Bunker time for Ko here at the 8th. Had such a pure sound to it. What a shot.
Her short game is just so incredible to watch. She's just kind of like art.
Ko for the sand save.
I don't see a ton of movement in this putt behind the hole. It is going to be fast. Maliksi was just left of Ko and missed it on the left side. Maybe a right center putt. Just got to trust that start line.
Surprising
really
miss.
Rare, yes, surprising miss.
After finding the birdie on 7, a bogey on 8, that's her 3rd bogey the first 8 holes. Hopping between 8 and 9, back to the 9th.
Really want to try and hit a 135 shot towards that left side.
There's a look at the 23-time LPGA Tour winner, Lydia Ko.
There's not a ton of movement, but it is downhill the whole way.
Can she match the line and the speed? I'd say yes.
Last year when she was just so dominant with that gold medal and
The podium slam.
win, yes, getting that Hall of Fame, that last Hall of Fame point. Yeah, you're right, all 3 colors, all 3 medals in the Olympics, but also the AIG win at St. Andrews. She said that she just felt like
Spin it to the backside. Lydia Ko at the 10th tee. Set us up here, Amelia.
If you get it 230, there's a little funnel in the fairway. We'll catch it. Blind tee shots, you really have to be committed to picking that spot.
it catches the hill near.
We're in the 10th fairway. Lydia Ko, couple shots outside the cut line. Ground draw off the right side onto the green. On the 10th green, what are we seeing with this Ko birdie putt?
Little right to left, slightly down the hill. It was great course awareness using that slope in her approach shot.
Oh, wow.
Ko drains another one. 2 birdies her last 4 holes.
Just historically one of the absolute best putters on the LPGA. I can think of Inbee Park and Lydia Ko, just so consistent and just so good year in and year out.
A lot of similarities in their games.
They're neither super long. Is tucked on the left side all the way in the back.
We're going to start with Lydia Ko.
With that left hole location, if you can take it down the right side of this fairway, will give you a great angle.
Are you going in?
Average 18th and strokes gained putting.
Now Lydia Ko.
The ball is slightly above Lydia Ko's feet. That will help when it comes to trying to hit it into that left slope.
And you can see with that ball just slightly above her feet how she's having to grip down. You can see the grip, that big yellow grip. She had to grip down to stay balanced, and a good way to work the ball when you have the ball above your feet to make it feel more natural, and she had no problem with that.
Yeah, it's something that Lydia does often. It's a great way to control shots, swing 80% compared to full throttle.
Yeah, Lydia Ko, now that she has that
Ko, I could easily see her getting back-to-back birdies. Not a ton of movement on it. She's at the angle where it may want to turn left. I like inside the hole.
Ko for 2 straight. From 9 feet.
Oh.
She's heating up.
last year. I said last year when she went on her big run of just playing such beautiful golf. It was that putter. She was second on tour in putts per green regulation, second in scrambling.
Right on the cut line at +1.
Definitely for Lydia, what she lacks in distance off the tee, she gains.
Anniversary of the first tee, which was founded back in 1997. Lydia Ko on the tee at 12.
Want to take it on the left side of that right mound. Everything kicks towards a little funnel.
Was trying to hop back towards the fairway, ends up a couple paces in the rough.
Use that hill off the left to get a little bit closer.
Been brutal today. Third hardest hole in the second round.
Well, this is a brutal second shot for Lydia Ko. The ball's going to be well above her feet. Really got to choke down, take extra club. You're not going to be able to make a full swing here. Try and get something to the front portion of the green. Yards short of the green. It does slope towards the front. Oh, she just got it on. What a great shot.
That's a golf shot.
Absolutely incredible how thick that was, and her stance, being able to stay through the ball, keep that club from turning.
Zhang and Titakuna walk up while Lydia Vu finishes her rolling and her drop and plays her second. So let's move on over to the 12th. Lydia Ko reading this.
There are some subtle breaks to this birdie putt for Ko. It's going to go left early and then right at the hole. If she were to make this, it'd be her 6-1 putt in the last 8 holes.
Wow. This would be a heat check. Ko for 3 in a row.
Oh, yes. No, I called it too early. That looked so incredible. That was really well paced too. That ideal length, leave it past the hole. It shows how good her pace is right now, her feel for the greens.
When she gets hot with the putter, it seems like she can make it from just about anywhere.
And that's exactly what she was doing when she was winning the gold medal and winning the AIG Women's Open last year. Kroger, Queen City is...
Staying here with Ko.
Yuka Saso got really unlucky landing on a bit of a downslope, and then it ricocheted over the green. If you come in with a higher ball flight, that will help soften the bounce on the green.
Aggressive line. Soft bounce. Ko's birdie putt off the 13th.
This is a tricky putt to read. It's going to go right early and might want to straighten out. First part's going to be quick.
Very quick. And they'll get to meet our other featured group. They're waiting on the tee at the 14th. Our group's heading to the 13th.
Which I was surprised with just how quick Nelly Korda and Shirley Hull are as players, but early enough where there were a ton of groups on the golf course. This is the time when it's good if you really are comfortable with the group that you're playing with. You know, talk to the other players and try to just stop thinking about the actual golf course. It's such a long day of 5-hour rounds, 5+ hour rounds.
I'm going.
Mental and physical grind.
Well, on
The stage now clear for Lydia Ko at the par 5 14th.
It was almost a 10-minute break for these players on the tee box. Really important to make sure you jump around or do something to activate those muscles again. Back into the wind for the players. Still a reachable par 5. Very important to hit the fairway. Otherwise, you won't be able to go for it in 2.
Looks like a missed fairway for Ko. Ko up ahead. Looks like kind of a weird stance for Amelia.
It is a weird stance for Lydia Ko. We'll just have to advance this ball. It's not that bad of a lie. She could be able to advance it towards the end of the fairway, give herself a long iron in.
Well played, back in the fairway. Amelia, with how good Maliksi looked last summer, she's had the back injury. Are you able to give a ballpark of maybe where she's at? Are we seeing like the 80% version of her? Or Ko's third.
This flag is just on the edge of the left side of this tier. Want to make sure that you land this left of the hole. You can use a little backstop behind as well.
a nice conservative position. Give herself a nice birdie look at it.
I mean, with her putter.
Yes, everything seems like a birdie opportunity.
Yeah. Just get her in. What do we have here, Amelia?
Not a whole lot of break for Lydia Ko, trying to make her third birdie on the back nine. It's going to go a little bit to the left. Overall, this is about making sure you have enough pace. Well, we both misread that one.
Those subtle breaks that can be very tricky. And sometimes the really obvious read, there's just that subtle hill ridge inside the green. And she even need to take a second.
Ko, few feet for her par.
This will have some movement on it. Definitely at least an edge putt.
Back of the cup. Now Lydia Ko.
Back into the win on this tee shot. Nice looking shot. Should stay short of that bunker.
Three under on the round. She is at +1 right where the cut is. Up to Lydia Ko on the 15th.
Just 87 yards off of an upslope. This is additionally a birdie hole on top of 14. You can land this at the flag or past. It will come back.
Well executed by Ko. What's the read here for Ko?
It just didn't turn around the cup for Sasso and Maliksi. I don't see a ton of movement.
For birdie number 3 on the back 9. The charge continues for Lydia Ko.
It's not so.
Ko tugging that left. Bunker problems for Ko on the 16th.
Very unpredictable lie. This could come out squirty and hot. Just trying to land something on the front.
Wow, she was able to create a little bit of spin, which I did not see as an option.
That was crafty.
With a little too much pop in the putt as well.
about Lydia Ko's par putt?
Just a little break in it. Keep her bogey-free streak since the 8th hole.
What a class act up and down from such an awkward stance when she missed the green to the left.
Gives her a little more breathing room to make the cut.
Last year, second on tour in scrambling. We're seeing some beautiful up and downs.
Up to the 17th tee, Lydia Ko.
Can catch a good break if you hit one of those down slopes. This is absolutely striped.
I have a ton of runoff, just releasing through that fairway.
Ahead at the 17th.
Lydia Ko can take a direct line with the wind out of the left. I just needed more yardage.
Ko's third to 17.
Pretty basic chip hitting into the upslope. She can get this one close.
Yeah, these are the kind of putts caliber like Lydia Ko almost looks like she can make or is trying to make instead of that conservative inside of a hula hoop. A nice little tap in.
For Lydia Ko. 270 to get to those bunkers.
Scurries through the rough.
Now it would be a 3-shot hole for her and far enough to the left that went out on sight. It's always fun to see the players, and there's definitely that bond.
Ko's second.
Just trying to put something back in position for Lydia. Fortunately, she had a really good lie in that fescue.
Yeah, it was that area. You can see the spectators in the background just kind of stomping it down, watching. She had a decent lie.